Hello, everyone. I'm Frank, and welcome to Frank Puzzles. And just as a little thing, if you guys could subscribe to my channel, I'd appreciate it. Um, it helps in that, I think it helps with a little bit with the algorithm. And if you like the video, if you enjoyed this actual solve, please give it a thumbs up because that I definitely know helps the algorithm. Um, and this is today's easy level puzzle. And it's remember, take the easiness with a grain of salt because it's considered easy by the people on the Logic Masters Germany forum, and there's a lot of really smart people there. And today's puzzle is I don't even know if I want to try to pronounce the non-upside down reading, but it's Dutch flatmates upside down. Or yeah, so if you look at it, it looks you can if you look at it, if you either you turn your monitor 180 degrees or you turn yourself 180 degrees to look at it, you'll see it reads as Dutch flatmates, but upside down. And I'm assuming there's a reason for it. Anyways, let's get to the rules. Normal Sudoku rules apply, which means place the digits 1 through 9 once each in every row, column, and box. Australian flatmates. So this is, I guess, the upside down version or the inverted version of the Dutch flatmates. Every 5 in the grid must have a 6 directly above it, not a 9, a 6. So it is basically everything's flipped, inverted. So every 5 in the grid must have a 6 directly above it or a 1 directly below it. It may have both, but it doesn't need both. So for example, if this were a 5, it has to have at least a 1 below it or a 6 above it. It could have both, but it doesn't need both. So this would work perfectly fine if this was like, I don't know, a 9. But it has to have a 1 below it and a 6 or a 6 above it for every 5. Okay, Renban. Digits on a purple Renban line contain a non-repeating set of consecutive digits in any order. So, for example, and these are all the same line. This is the same line. This is the same line. It's just that you don't have repeating digits, and you also don't know the order. So if this were a 1, this would have to be a 2 to maintain a consecutive set there. And remember, if this were a 1 here, this would have to be some combination of 2, 3, 4, and 5 to maintain a set which is consecutive. And that's Renban lines. German whisper lines, which are the green lines. Adjacent digits on a green German whisper line have a difference of at least 5. So for example, if this was a 3, this would have to be an 8 or a 9 to be next to it. And that's German whisper. Thermometers. Digits along a gray thermometer increase from the bulb to the tip. For clarity, row 6, column 5 has 2 thermotips. So basically, this is a small thermometer that goes to here, and this is a small thermometer that goes to here. And for thermometers, you're basically just always increasing from the bulb to the tip. So a valid example of this one would be 1, 3, 5, 9. Or it could be 8 or 6, that's fine, as long as it's always continuously increasing. Arrows. Digits on an arrow sum to the digit in the attached circle. So, for example, an example of this would be 2 and 4, this is 6, right? Because these two add up to 6, so therefore that must be that must be the digit it adds up to. Those two digits add up to. And that's arrows. Crop key. Digits separated by a black crop key dot are in a 1 to 2 ratio. So, for example, if this was a 2, this would have to be a 1 or 4 to maintain a 1 to 2 ratio. And those are all the rules. Pretty crazy. If you'd like to play along, there's going to be a link in the description. And now I'm going to get started. Let's go. Okay, so for the Renban, we know that anything with 5 or more in it must have a 5 in there. So 5 would have to be in one of these square. Okay, well, let's not make it purple. let's make it green. It has to be in one of those squares. It has to be in one of these squares, and it has to be in one of these squares, because we know the renband that is 5 in length or longer must have a 5. We also know 5 can never be on a German whisper line. So 5 would have to be either here and here. Right? Interesting. This is at least 4, and it could be up to 9. This is at least 3 up to 8. This is 2 at least up to 7, and this is 1 up to 6. So 5 has to be one of these. This must be a 1, 2, 8, or 9. Because it has to have 3 German whispered lines that it's 5 away from. And only 1, 2, 8, and 9 fit that. This has to be, because they are neighbors with 2 other German whispered lines, this has to be 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, or 9. Oh, this is 1 or 9. Because it's either 2 through 8, 2 through 9, or 1 through 8. So all of 2 through 8 has to be here. So this... This must be 6 through 9. Right? Because it has one of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6 on it. So say it tried to be 1, 2. You cannot have 2, 3, and 4, because where's the 1? The 1 cannot be on the renband line, because it would be 1, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 9, and 1's not consecutive with 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 2, 3, 4 is out. 1, 3, 5 is out for the same reason, because 2 would not be consecutive anymore with 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. And you can't have 1, 2, 6 either. So this has to be 1, 2, and 3, right? If it's not 1, 2, and 3, what else could it be? Can't be any combination. It has to have at least 2 from 1, 2, or 3, obviously. So therefore, the rest has to be 4 through 9. Or 3 through 8. But the problem is that you can't have a 9 here then. So this has to be 1, 2, 3, which means this is a 6. So the 5 here... Okay, so this is 6. This can't be 1, 2, or 3. This could be 4. It can't be 6 anymore, or it's 7, 8, and 9. This is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, and this is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, but the 5 cannot be here. This has to be 4, 5, and... Okay, so this can't be 6. So here... So if this is a high, this has to be low. So that would be 4. So this cannot be 8 as a high. This is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, but the 6 cannot be here. If this were 5, there's no 1 below it, and there's no 6 above it, so this can't be 5. This possibly could be 5 because a 1 could be below it. This can't be 5, or actually it could be 5 because a 6 could be above it. But this could be 6 too. Yeah, that's fine. So if these are high, it could be 7, 8, and 9. If it's low, it's 1, 2, or 3. Because 4 would have to be here. 6 has to be one of these 3 cells. 6 also has to be one of those three cells. If 6 is here, this becomes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Which is possible. This is 1 to 2 ratio. So this could be 1, 2, 3, 4, or 6, 8. If this was 1, it would have to be next to a 2. So this is not possible to be a 1. If this is 2, this could be 1 or 3 with it. If this is 3, this is 2 or 4. If this is 4, this is 3 or 5. If this is 6, this is 5 or 7. If this is 8, this is 7 or 9. Okay. This can no longer be 6. So 6 can't be here. 6 has to be one of these 4. 5 can no longer be here. But 1 could be here, right? 5 has to be one of these 4. I guess it could be 5 could be here. This is 3 through 9. Oh, interesting. One of these is high and one of these is low. Where one of these only can be 1, 2, or 3. Therefore, at least 2 of these are 1, 2, or 3. Right? Only one of these can be 1, 2, or 3. These can't be 1, 2, or 3. Whereas the 1, 2, or 3 in column 8, it has 2 of them have to be here. So 2 of the 1, 2, or 3s have to be here, which means this is 1 through 5 or 2 through 6. So either way, this cannot be, this cannot have, and the 6s are here. This cannot have more than, this can't be, this is only 6 at most. So therefore, this could be 1 or 6, 7, 8, 9. So obviously 1 can't be here. 4 cannot be here anymore either. Okay, so this is 1 of 1, 2, or 3. I mean, 2 of 1, 2, or 3. This could also be 1, 2, or 3. This can't be 9 because 9 can never be on the arrow portion of an arrow. This can't be 9 because 9 can never be on the arrow portion of an arrow. Therefore, the 9 has to be one of these 2. Oh, that doesn't really tell us much. This has to be 1 through 8. Interesting. Okay, so if these are highs on the outside, that means they have to be 7, 8, and 9, which would force this to be 4, 5. Which would mean this would have to be 3, and this would have to be 1 or 2 with 1 or 2. So this would have to be 3, and this would have to be 1 or 2, 1 or 2. If these are all high. If these are low, this is 4. And again, like a German whisper line, you have alternate between high and low. Because 1 through 4 can only be 5 away from 6 through 9. And vice versa. So it always alternates that way. If this is 4, if the outer spokes are low, it's 4 with 1, 2, or 3, and therefore this is 9. So this would be 4. So either way, the 4 has to be here. So this cannot be 4. So this is 5 or 6. So 4 has to be one of these 3. 4 has to be one of those 4. If this is low, it's 4 with 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and we have 9 here. So this is 5, 7, or 8. So this could be 5, 7, or 8. And 3. This could be 3 also here. Okay. Where is the 5 here? This can't be 5 because there's no 1 below it and no 6 above it. This can't be 5 because there's no 1 below it and no 6 are above it. So 5 cannot be here, which means 5 does have to be here. So 5 cannot be here. 5 cannot be here. And 5 cannot... So 5 cannot be here because of the Australian flatmates. This can't be 5 either. Therefore, 5 is eliminated from here, which means 5 has to be one of these 3, and it can't be here anymore. So 5 is one of those 2, which means this can't be 5, which means this has to be a 5, which means the 6 has to be above it. So this cannot be 6. Therefore, we know this is 1, 2, 3, 4. So this can't be 1. This can't be 6. This is 4 with 7, 8, or 9. We don't know which. So 5 is one of these 2. If this is 5, that can't be 1. So this cannot be 5. Therefore, this must be the 5, which means 1 must be below it because 6 can never be above it. Therefore, 1's on the low has to be on the outside. Therefore, this is 4, which makes that a 9. So this is 2 or 3. The 4 cannot be here. This can't be 1. This can't be 9, so this can't be 9. So this is 7 and 8, which forces this to be 9, which means this can't be 9. This can't be 9. This is 1, 2, 3, or 4. This can't be 4 then. One of these is 5. This can't be 7 or 8, so it's 4, 6, 9. We have a 5 directly below it, so this can't be 1, 7, or 8. This is 2 or 3, 2 or 3. These can't be 9. So 5 is here. 5 could be here or here. This is 5 with a 6 above it, so this can't be 5. It cannot be 5. So this is either 1, 4, 2, 3, but this can't be 1, 4. So therefore this is 2, 3, 2, 3, which means this is a low. This has to be high to compensate. This can't be high then. This has to be high. So this is 7, 8, or 9. Okay. So this is 1 or 5. This is 2 and 3. This cannot contain a 2 or 3. So it has to be, it's either 1, 6 or 1, 7. So the 1 has to be here. Therefore, there cannot be a 1 anywhere here in the rest of the column because we know one of the 1's is here. So this can't be 1, which means this can't be 2, this can't be 3, this can't be 4, this can't be 3. This can't be 2 or 3 or 1. So this is 4 through 9. This is 4 through 9. Obviously, this can't be 9. This can't be 4 for the thermometer. This can't be 9 because of this 9. These can't be 9 anymore. So therefore, this can't be 8. This can't be 7. This can't be 6. This can't be 6, so this can't be 3 here. This can't be 9 anymore, so this can't be 8. So this is 2, 3, 4, so it has to be with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 7 or 8, so it's with 1. And we don't know what else. We have a 7, 8, 7, 8 pair in row 2. And we also have a 9 there. Therefore, the rest of it's 1 through 6. So this can't, and it can't be 5 either. So this is at most, a 4 and a 6 here on this Renban line. Which means you have 4, 5, 6, 7 at most. So this cannot be 4, this cannot be 8 or 9. This cannot be 8 or 9. This can't be 2 or 3 here specifically. None of these could be 2 or 3. So this is what? This can't be 1 or 4. So it could be 2, 3, no 4, 5, no 6, 7, or 8. Okay. But if it's 7 or 8, we have 3 7 or 8s there, and therefore that would be a 7 or that would have to be 7 or 8 adding up to something less than 7 or 8, which is not possible. So this cannot be 7 or 8. Could be 2, 3, or 5. We don't know which. 2 or 3. Okay. This can't be 1, 4, or 6. It could be 2, 3, 5, 7, 8. So this one could be 7 or 8. We know this is, okay, so this is 1 through 4. Up to, it could be 1 through 4, 2 through 5, 3 through 6, or 4 through 7. So it cannot, there cannot be a 4 in the rest of box 1. So we know the 4 is here. We can remove the outer one here. This can't be 4 or 1. So it's 2 or 3. So 9 cannot be anywhere here. It cannot be here. It cannot be here. This has to be the 9. Which means this can't be 9. So 9 is one of these 3. Okay. Where is 8? 8 has to be one of these 3 in row 9 because there's no other place for it. But it can't be here because this would have to add up to 9, and that's not possible because the 9's there. So 8 cannot be here. 8 is one of these 2. What else are we looking for? This could be 4 and 5, but then that would be 9. So if this was 4 and 5, so we're trying to make this a 4, so not 1, 2, or 3. So if this is 4 and doesn't have a 2, 1, 2, or 3, it has to be with 5, and that would make up 9. But therefore, you cannot have there has to be a 2 or 3 here. 1, 2, or 3 there to add up with something because it cannot add up to 9. Okay, so then these cannot be 1, 2, or 3. We already knew it can't be 2 or 3, so we know it can't be 1. So 1 has to be here. So 1 cannot be any of these 3. 1 has to be one of these 2. So this is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, but 9 cannot be here. 5 could be here, and 6 would be there. 5 could be here, and 1 could be there. 5 cannot be here, because it would not have a 6 above it, and it would not have a 1 below it. So 5 could be here. Oh, if 5 is here, this could not be 6. So therefore, this cannot be 5. Because a 6 would not be above it, and a 1 would not be below it. This is at least 3. So 3 through 8. This can't be 1 anymore. Therefore, since this can't be 1, this can't be 8. So 1 is one of those 2. So 5 can never be in the middle, but we already know that. 5 could be down here. If this is 4, this would be 1 and 3. So this cannot be 4 because we eliminate both possibilities or 2 possibilities from here when there's only 3 possibilities total. So this can't be 4. If this is 5, this would be 1. It cannot be 1, 4. It would have to be 2, 3. But then this would eliminate that cell possibility. So this can't be 5. This could be 6 and 2, 4. That seems reasonable. It could be 7 or 8. We know one of 7, 8, or 9 is here. So 9 cannot be here. 9 cannot be here because of the arrow rule. 9 can't add up to another digit with another digit. This can't be 9 because of the black crop key dot. Therefore, this must be the 9. So this can't be 9 now because of Sudoku. This can't be 9 because of the Ren band. 9 can never be on an arrow, so 9 has to be one of these two here, which means these can't be 9. Where's a 9 in box 2? The only one possible is here, so this is 9. Now we know where the 9 is in column 6. It has to be there because there's no other place for 9. So this, if either this is a 5, this cannot be 5 anymore, because if this is a 5, there's no 6 above it and there's no 1 below it. So this cannot be 5. Therefore, this is the only possibility to have a 5, which means the 1 has to be below it. So this can't be 1. The 1 can't be here. 1 can't be here. This can't be 5 anymore. This can't be 5. This can't be 5. So the 5 has to be specifically here. And it's either 1 or 6. So 6 is above it or 1, and therefore it has to be both. Because if a 6 is not above it, a 1 would have to be below it, which would add up to 6. If a 6 is if the 1 is not below it, it has to be a 6 above it, which means that it has to add up with 5 and 1. So this cannot be 1, this cannot be 1. This can't be 1, therefore this is the 1. This can't be 6. This can't be 6. We have a 7, 8, 7, 8 pair in row 7. So therefore the rest of them can't be 7 or 8. So this is a 4, which makes this a 3 and this a 2. So this can't be 4. This is a 6, 7, 6, 7 pair in box 8. Therefore the rest of the box cannot have a 6 or 7. Therefore this is 8, this is 7, this is 8, which makes this a 6, which makes this a 7. So this has to be 2 and 3 here, which means this, you have a 2, 3, 2, 3 pair in box 7. So the rest of it cannot be 2 or 3. Therefore, this must be a 4, which means this must be an 8, because it cannot be with 2 or 3. This has to be 3 now. This is 2. This has to be 7. So 7 cannot be here. This can't be 2, so therefore this is 3. This is 2, which makes this a 2 and this a 3. Can't be 2, 3, or 4. Hold up. This can't be 2 or 3. This is 4. This can't be 3 or 4. This is 2, which makes this a 3 and that 2. That still works, but just had the order of operations wrong. So this can't be 9. The 5 is both below a 6 and above a 1. The 5 is above a 1. The 5 could be here or here. Either one works still. 5. So let's see. This cannot be 1. It could be 5, 6, 7, or 8. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It cannot be 6. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If this was a 5, there would be a 6 below it, but no 6 above it, no 1 below it. Therefore, this can't be 5. This can't be 6, 7, or 8. This has to be 6. Which means 6 cannot be here. This can't be 6. This can't be 6. This can't be 6. So if this was 5, there would be no 6 above it. So this can't be 5, which means that can't be 4. This can't be 2 or 3. Therefore, this is a 1. So this can't be 1. It must be 2 and 4. So this is 4, and this is 2, which makes this 3, which makes that 2. So this can't be 2 or 4. So this is 3 and 1, and therefore the 5 has to be here. This can't be 5, and the 5 has a 1 below it, which is good. So this can't be 1. This can't be 2. This can't be 2 or 3. This can't be 2 or 3. This has to be a high, which means this has to be a 2 or 3 to go along with it. 4 can no longer be here. This is 2, 3, and 6. 5 can't be here, so this is 7, which makes this a 2, which makes that a 9. So the 9 cannot be here. This can't be 2. Therefore, you have 3 and 6. Therefore, you must have 4 and 5 with it. The 5 cannot be here because there's no 1 below it and no 6 above it. So this must be a 4, which means this is 1. This is 5. This has to be a, this can't be 1, so this is 9. This has to have a 6 above it, so that's a 6, and therefore this is 3. This can't be 4, therefore this must be a 5. We have a 7, 8, 7, 8 pair in column 6. This can't be 6 either, so this must be a 4. 6, 7, 8 here. This is 6, 7, 8. This is 6, 7, or 8. This can't be 4. This can't be 9. Whereas the 9 in column 7, it has to be here. This can't be 5. So where's the 5 in column 8? It has to be here. So this is no longer the green. These can't be green. I guess we should just remove the green now. 5 has to be one of these two. But if it's here, okay, 5 can't be here. So 5 is here. It must have a 1 below it or a 6 above it. This has to be 8. Therefore, the 1's below it and the 6 is above it. So this can't be 6. This can't be 1. Therefore, this is, where's the 1 in box 6? It has to be here. We have a 7, 8, 7, 8 pair. This can't be 6. This is 4. Where's the 3? The 3 has to be here. 7, 8, 7, 8. This can't be 3, so this is 2, which makes this 3. Where's the 2? The 2 can't be here or here, so this is 2. We have 8 has to be here and 4 has to be here. So where's 7? 7 has to be here. So this is 4, 8. This is 4, 8. This is 7. Where are the 5s? The 5 has a 6 above it. The 5 has a 1 below it. The 5 has a 1 below it. The 5 has a 1 in it, below it and a 6 above it. The 5 has a 1 below it. The 5 has a 1 below it. The 5 has a 1 below it and a 6 above it. The 5 has a 1 below it. The 5 has a 6 below it. So that works. This can't be 4. This is 6. This can't be 6 or 7. So this is 8, which makes this 7, which makes this 6. This is an 8. Therefore, this has to be 8 to be 5 away from 1 and 3, so therefore this is 7, this is 8, this is 7, this is also Sudoku now, this is 7, this can't be 4, so this is 8, therefore this is a 4. And that's a solution. Yeah, fairly straightforward. Gotta remember to use the Australian flatmates and the Dutch flatmates restrictions, because I one time went through a puzzle without doing that until like much later on. And supposedly would have made it much easier to do if I had done it that way. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the solve, and I'll see you next time on Frank Puzzles. Take care.